All right. So you can tell these guys know how to play. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. So I get that jazz probably isn't what you all listen to all the time when you have an opportunity to turn on the radio or the computer or whatever else. Certainly wasn't what I was listening to when I was your guys' age too, but as I got into playing the saxophone more and kind of started checking out different styles of music, you know, I still liked everything else that I was hearing on the radio or wherever else, but I kind of got interested in this music. And one of the fun things about jazz is what you heard there is all those solos. And so by solos, it's not like everybody stopped and I played alone, but I improvised a solo. So after we played the melody to that song, the first soloist in the band was me. I happened to take the first saxophone solo. And I was making that solo up. So that's a big part of jazz is improvisation. So in rock music and rap and hip hop, lots of stuff we listen to in country, it's all set out and the artist just plays that song. They sing it the way they've always sung it. In jazz, we make it up differently every time. And so that's why at the end of my solo, you guys applauded for me. It was because I made that solo up for you. If we played that song again, I would play something entirely different. So after me, Wade played a piano solo. And he did a fantastic improvisation. He made that up. It was like he stood up and gave a speech that he'd never made before, and it was incredible. So we applauded for Wade. We had Max do the same thing on the bass. He improvised a solo. Then Tony on the drums improvised a solo. So that's one of the cool things that makes jazz different than so much other music. And it also makes it tricky to listen to, right? Like if you're listening to a song by whoever, Katy Perry, it's the same each time, right? Whether you like it or you don't like it, it's the same each time. You know what to expect. With jazz, it's different each time. So for a lot of people, that's really interesting. For a lot of people, that's also very irritating. Like, man, I don't know what you're doing anymore. Oh well, there we go. So we came in to the Easton Middle School and worked with these folks talking about jazz, but specifically about improvising. So we're gonna hear everybody on stage, like 30 different people, improvising solos for us today. And the idea is if I got each of you to come up and say 5 sentences on the microphone, what you said would be different. You would talk about different things. You have a different outlook. You prefer this or prefer that. The sound of your voice is different. So if we had 200 people come up here and speak a little bit, it would be 200 absolutely personal statements. It's kind of amazing. So that's what we're going to have up here, is hear all these people improvise a little bit. And by the way, it's a little scary to come up and play your instrument and play a solo in front of a room full of people. These folks have done fantastic. You're looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're going to be soloing right away. That's right. Okay, we're going to play a song for you. This is written by Duke Ellington, one of the most famous composers of all time, in all styles. He was an African-American dude. He was from Washington, D.C., right this part of the country. Duke Ellington. And this is a song of his called Sea Jam Blues. So let's get started with this thing.